What is happening, sports fans? It is your main man, Mustache Matt from the DFS 5-pack. We're rocking it solo on Saturday, March 17th. Ryan's been doing a ton, so it's his day off today. He's going to spend it with his family, so hopefully he enjoys that. We're right in the middle of the NCAA tournament. Baseball coming up in a couple weeks. This is my favorite time of the year. I'm pumped right now. I wake up every morning giddy. I love the tournament. Finally saw a 16 seed take out a 1 last night. Mad props to University of Maryland, Baltimore County. No one saw that coming. Excited for some more ball today. So I'm going to run through this player by player because there's a lot of guys to go over here and a lot of cheap guys in play. I'm going to try not to take too long on each guy so we can get out of here soon. This is going to be both a public and members-only video, kind of like what I like to do over the weekends, give the outside public a taste of what our members video normally consists of. Probably more extensive during the week when both of us are on it, but you just got me today. Along with the videos, the write-ups, and the Facebook groups, we offer a lot over at the 5-pack. So if you got any interest, message me or just head over to our website, and I look forward to talking to you guys. Headed to tonight. Hopefully you guys did well last night. Did pretty well over here. Draymond was a beast. Damari Carroll, thank you. It was weird. I used D'Angelo Russell, and it seemed he had, upper 20s or close. I can't remember exactly what at the end of the first quarter. And then I saw him I thought in the 30s, and I looked again, and he was at like 29. So I don't understand how his score kept going down, but thought that was kind of funny. So he didn't do that much for us. But Draymond, Damari, thank you so much. Saw some green last night. Looking ahead to tonight, we got a big 10-game slate. I feel like, normally Fridays are huge slates. We didn't have a big one yesterday, so kind of made it end of the day. We got 20 teams in play, so 10 games. A lot of good spots, a lot of spots to look at. Like I said, we're going to run it position by position. I'm going to try not to take too long on each guy. So let's get it. Hold on, guys. My puppy Maisie, who likes to guest star on this show, is begging to come in right now. So I guess she got stage fright. As soon as I opened the door, she ran away. She's not even on camera right now, so who knows what her deal is. All right, looking ahead. Point guard. 1 second, guys. Start at the top, James Harden. I love this game, Houston, New Orleans. This game has playoff vibes written all over it. I think you can use pieces from this game if you want. I don't think that Harden's a must here just based on how he's been playing. Pull him up quick. So he hasn't gotten over 45 in the past 2 games, and I don't like that. When you're using Harden at 11-2, you need upside, especially from the GPP side. Do I think Harden's fine? Yeah, because it's James Harden. But at 11-2, with so many, guys in really good spots in this slate, I'm not going there. I like LeBron considerably more here. So that's where my big money would go, but we'll get there. Dame, I love Dame, as my members know. He's one of my favorite players. I've been on Dame since the Weber State days. Love him. Probably not going there tonight because Detroit's awful, and I see this game being a blowout. No, thank you. On Beal. Kemba, I have a lot of interest in. He's a guy I'll make an exception for and go after tonight. Balls every time he goes to New York. Give me some Kemba Walker at 8-4. High upside spot for him. I'm going to be spending my money on Kemba tonight. Drew Holiday, man, he continues to impress. Definitely in play. I think he's going to be popular. That's why I kind of like Kemba as a GBP pivot, but Holiday is more consistent and just on a better situation right now. So I get that 100%. Depot, nah, kind of tailed off a little bit. Just can't see me fitting him in tonight. Nope. Donovan Mitchell, if Rubio is out, should see a big uptick in ball handling and usage. So I can get on board there. My biggest problem with him, and goes with a couple of Utah guys, is this game could be a blowout. Sacramento's in a horrible travel spot. Coming off a big win in Golden State, so give him credit for that. But this line's 15 for a reason. Utah rolls. CJ McCollum actually playing really consistent, but I don't like that price increase. This is not necessarily a spot I'm going there. I think you could do worse in cash games, but I'm not going there in GPPs, that's for sure. D'Angelo Russell, like I said, he finished with 27.8 yesterday. Don't really understand it. Thought he played way better than that. Must have started off extremely hot and then tailed off. I'm fine if you want to go back here. Do I love it? No, but I think he's fine. And he's given GPP upside in 5 of 8 games, even with yesterday's dud. Jamal Murray, no Gary Harris. So that puts, a bunch of the Denver guys even more in play, especially Will Barton. I think Murray's fine here. Last time these two teams played, it was actually a really close game. 108 to 102. Not sure I expect that here, but Denver's not a very good road team. So I think Murray's in play, and this game could be close-ish. DSJ, nah, just not going there tonight. We've got the Bulls guys out and questionable, so that's definitely something to take a look at. Nope. I don't even know why I clicked on him. Elf is a definite no right now. Rondo hasn't been good enough. Fox let a ton of people down. Satoransky's a guy I consistently like and will use when I can. Not a priority at all here. Didn't play that great against Boston, but it's at Boston. This Indiana-Washington has some appeal. There's just other games that are also very intriguing. So there's better value out there than Satoransky tonight, and that's just what it is. Karis LeVert, I think he's fine for cash games. If you use him, don't necessarily expect a 30+. That what he gave you yesterday with that 23 is going to happen a lot. But at 5.3, the 30 upside is there easily. The 40 upside's there. So if you want to go there, sure. His numbers seem to me like a more of a GPP play. But right now, I think you're going to get between 23 and 30 from him. So that's what I expect here. I'm probably not going to go there. Coming off a really good game. GPP. Look at those. Look at this game log right here. Monster upside, awful. Monster upside, bad. GPP written all over it with EG here. Nah, if there weren't so many good spots, maybe I could make the case there, but no. No on Moody. There's some cheaper guys we're gonna take a long look at. I think Barria's rock solid at 4.7, especially in cash games. Giving value every time out right now. So lock and load Barea if that's the route you want to go. I got no arguments with some JJ Barea here. Nope. No on Yogi. Got to take a look at for sure, especially in cash games, is going to be Cameron Payne. Look at that game log, 20+ in 4 straight, priced at 4.5, rock solid price with no Levine probably. And no Dunn. Well, I guess possibly no Levine and definitely no Dunn. Payne is for sure in play here. A guy that you can look at in cash games, GPPs, NBA Live, 2K, whatever it is, lock and load some Payne if that's where you want to go. Almost none of these guys are going to be an absolute must because there's so many of them. We'll get to Quinn Cook in a little bit. Can't play 6 value guys because then, you're not spending your money. So a lot of these guys are in play. Few of them are musts. Greg Mason's looked pretty good to me lately. On any other slate, I might give it a go here, but not here. Antonio Blakeney for sure in play. And sorry, guys, I forgot I had those 3 pulled up, so we'll get to Cook in a minute. So Antonio Blakeney, 100% in play here. Payne is safer. Payne is a better player. Payne has more upside, but Blakeney's 3.2. So you can definitely use Blakeney tonight. And if Levine is out, I don't think 20 is a stretch by any means. So if Levine is out, I think Blakeney becomes a really rock solid play here to give you value. Do I think he's going to get you 30+? No, but at 3.2, you don't need that. All right, so Quinn Cook coming off a monster game against the Kings last night. Normally I wouldn't point chase here and I would fade in GPPs because we know who Quinn Cook is. The problem is they're facing Phoenix tonight with all the guys out for Golden State again. So if you're telling me he's going to play 40 minutes again or somewhere close to that against the Suns at 3-4, lock him in. He is probably a one guy I consider a must considering their situation. Just in too good of a spot to not use here. He's easily got 10 times plus upside as he showed last night. So give me some Quinn Cook and I'll fill out the rest of my 7 spots. Another guy that is now back in play is my man from the Aussie, Dante Exum. I'm an Exum fan. Do I think he's going to be an NBA stud? No, but I liked him a lot when he came out. I think he fits that backup point guard role really well. If Rubio is out, I could see Exum playing well tonight, and I could see the Jazz giving Exum a lot of minutes here in what should be a blowout. Like I said, 15-point line for a reason. I think you can definitely use some Dante Exum here. So between Exum, Blakeney, and Cook is my favorite, but all those guys are for sure in play. Moving on, and give me a second. I gotta go get my dog again. Sorry about that, guys. Looking ahead to shooting guard. If anyone has any other point guard positions, even though we went over all of them, or point guard suggestions, holler at me. Love to hear them. Shooting guard, win over Harden. I don't see any way you play Beal here, even though he did ball in his last game. Way too much volatility here. There's no way you're playing in the cash games at 9-2. And in GPPs, I can't spend my money there. That being said, no one's going to go there, I don't think. So if you want to be different, sure. Holiday we went over. Batum, how well is Batum playing right now? This dude's on another level. Look at the past 3 games, 59. He's got 150 in his past 3 games. He's averaging 50 a game in his last 3. Rock solid right now. That's the route you want to go. Lock and load it. Real interested to see about Devin Booker here. Probably not going to go there if he plays because his hand looks a little messed up. But if he doesn't, opens up a lot of things from the Phoenix side, which I think you can go to, which we'll get to. Man, look at all these guys that are out. Joe Ingles playing good ball, rock solid. But again, I think this game is a blowout, so he's going to need to do it early. Not necessarily looking to run there. Let's talk about my boy Tyreke Evans since we already passed that price range. Tyreke is a guy I love tonight. I will definitely be making him a priority. He looked awesome against the Bulls, coming up with close to 50 DK points at 7-5 in a matchup with Denver in a game that I think is high scoring and relatively close because Denver doesn't play well on the road. Give me some Tyreke Evans. I think he's a guy that you can build around. I love his price tag. I expect mid-40s at least here. So I like Tyreke quite a bit. So like I said, give me some Tyreke Evans and we'll move on from there. All right. Next guy right up here too, Will the Thrill Barton. No Gary Harris. You're just playing Will Barton, I think, especially in cash games. Projections are now really high. Upside now really high. Again, I like this game a lot, actually, this Denver-Memphis game. It's starting to be a game I'm gravitating towards. And, again, Denver doesn't play well on the road. So Memphis is awful, but Denver's bad on the road. So Denver wins this game, but I don't think this is a blowout. Would I completely stack this game? No, but I will probably use like a Barton and an Evans, which I think is 2 really nice pieces here. Josh Jackson. If Booker's out, I'm playing Josh Jackson. I can tell you that right now. I love this kid. He's going to be a really good player in this league. It's been fine the past couple of games. Not amazing, but, you're not losing because Josh Jackson at 5'8" gives you around 30 DK points. I think the upside's really high tonight, especially if Booker's out. Even if Booker plays, I think he's playable. But if Booker's out, look for him to take on a main role and like him quite a bit. No. Buddy Buckets is coming alive. 40+ in his past 2. This is GPP only. This is a bad spot for Sacramento, obviously, but someone's got to score for them. If you told me Buddy continued it, I've seen shooting guards light up the Jazz this year. I remember Tim Hardaway actually early in the year had a day against Utah in Utah. Do I think he does this again? No, I'm not going to use him. But 40+ 2 in a row at 5'5", it's intriguing. I'll say that. No. I think Denzel Valentine is in play with these Bulls guys out. Not necessarily a guy I'm running towards, but I think you can use him if you have 5-2 left. A lot of these guys in the Bulls backcourt are in play. Dylan Brooks is rock solid. Again, Tyreek Evans is back, so that takes away from him a little bit, but not really. He still played 30 minutes against the Bulls, came through with value. Look for him to do something similar to that because that's just what he does. I mean, he's got a couple games with high upside and a couple games below it, but normally he's right around the 20 to 26. So lock him up if that's what you want and need. David Nwaba. This all has to do with Levine right here. If Levine is out, I think you can make a case for Nwaba because they'll play a ton more minutes. But again, too many guys that I like more, so I'm not going there. Iggy, I think he's fine for cash. He's not giving you upside. We know who Iggy is. So even with all those guys out, he's just not going to have, a monster game, I don't think. Maybe it could happen here at Phoenix, but I'm not using Iggy at 4.7 thinking he could give me, 10 times upside or anywhere close to that. I'm using him thinking he's going to get me around 30. And even that's upside for him. So not a guy I'm running towards again. Talked about these guys. Nick Young, firmly in play for me. Price increase, don't care. He's got really high upside because of how much he shoots. 8 threes the past 2 games. If he shot 6 for 8 tonight from three land, I wouldn't be shocked at all. Great matchup against Phoenix. I like Nick Young quite a bit here. No, he's out of the rotation with Tyreek back. And any of these guys really? No. So Dante Cunningham is out, and Alan Crabb is doubtful for Brooklyn. So Joe Harris again, like last night. No, I'm going to look more towards when we talk about the small forwards. I think the Nets guys are firmly in play there. Livingston, cash only, but no, not really. Quinn Cook's the guy there now, so not really going there. Against shooting guard is a place where I'm using Evans and Barton. That's just where I'm going. If you want to go with one of the cheap guys, you can go there. But these are 2 of my main priorities here, Tyreek Evans and Will Barton. So expect them to have nice games tonight as far as I'm concerned. All righty, small forward. So we start and we end with the king here. It's hard not to love Bron tonight. You got to expect the Cavs to win this game after they, lost a close game in Portland. Not a great road trip by any means for them. Bron was 70 plus his past 2. Look for him to give that again tonight. Maybe not that many DK points, but maybe more. I think you lock and load Bron in cash because he'll be popular, and that's just the way to go. In GPPs, I think he's more than fine because if he throws up 70, you want him. If you fade him in GPPs, you're hoping he throws up, that 52. Even then, that's not killing you. So I think Bron's a rock solid play any format. Went over to Batum, Otto Porter coming off a real nice game. I'm not spending 7-1 for Porter here with the other guys we like. Harrison Barnes playing really well right now. Any format Barnes is playable in. Cash, love him. GPP, finally playable given how productive he's been, and the price is fine. TJ Warren. If Booker's out, I like Warren. He's played himself into a much more cash game guy, just consistent but not amazing. So that's the route you want to go, sure. A. Wiggins. No Wiggins. Beasley. Wow, Beasley coming off a monster game against Philly. We know how Beasley is. He's a guy that we like to ride when the hand's going well. So if you want to jump back on Beasley here, I don't mind it. Do I expect that? No. JaMychal Green at 6K. I mean, sure, not excited about it if you couldn't tell. I used him when he had 51 against the Lakers, but that was an aberration. And I also used Buddy Hield that night, who had like 8. So there you go. All right, here's a guy that we're looking hard at that I went big on last night. Didn't really understand the price decrease because he just had 2 subpar games. I mean, look at his game. This dude is freaking good. Now he's even cheaper at 5.2. Lock DeMar Carroll in. Lock him in as your small forward. Expect 30 plus here like he does pretty much every game. Yeah, he had 2 bad games. I've made 2 bad podcasts before. Give the guy a break. I don't know what else to say about this besides just play him at 5.2. I think he's a great, great piece here. I mean, look who he's priced around. It doesn't make much sense to me. If you told me Crowder played a role tonight, I'd believe it. GPP only. Again, I like Damari Carroll a ton more. So that's the guy I'm using here. Nah, doesn't do it for me. Jeff Green's in play at 4.6. The new Cavs starting center. So it's funny to say. I think he's going to give you around 30 DK points at 4.6. More than fine. Don't expect 10 times upside here, but you don't need that at 4.6. Well, you don't need that anywhere. Give me, the 7 times upside here, which I think he's pretty good for. 6 to 7, and let's roll. No. Charlotte's, as always, that game has intrigue, but just not really interested in their secondary pieces. One second. As far as small forwards go, PJ Tucker is a guy Ryan always talks about that's going to give you, around 20 DK points. And that's what he's going to do, give you around 20 DK points. If you need 30, he's going to give you 20. If you need 10, he's going to give you 20. So if that's what you want at 3.5, I'm more than fine with playing him. Cash, he's preferred in, but even in GPPs, if you got one spot at 3.5 and love the rest of it, roll with it if that's what you want to do. Won't use him again anytime soon, because he didn't even play the last time I used him, so he's on my bad side right now. Kevon Looney, with Caspi getting hurt, he's played himself back into play. Normally we like him if Draymond's out, but depending on his role in this matchup, he's definitely in play. So I could get on board with some Looney. Saw someone use Finney Smith the other day, and I was intrigued because I hadn't used him at all this year because he'd been hurt, so not going there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for small forward. Damari Carroll at 5.2, lock and load. And then you got Braun there. I'm just talking about value. But, I love that. I love that piece tonight. Give me some Damari Carroll. All righty, power forward. So I've already established I like Braun a lot tonight. He's where I would go to spend big money. That's just me. Brow is also for sure in play. He probably even has higher upside than Braun because we know what he can do with the blocks. But past 2 games, Braun's at 70+. So I prefer Braun. But, again, you got to expect New Orleans to get up for this game. Davis is matchup proof. It's hard to not say anything good about Davis here. He's just that good at basketball. So you want to roll with the Brow, roll with the Brow. Draymond Green firmly in play here, coming off a really nice 50 ball, which I expected him to get against the Kings. Same exact spot against the Suns here. Give me some Draymond. Blake is not really in play, but he's intriguing. I'm interested to see if he can play well tonight. Again, playing well and giving us nice DFS numbers at 8.5 are 2 different things, but he's starting to play some good ball, so at least give him a little credit for that. Aldridge, no, I'm not really going to Aldridge here. I think that could be a good game. Portis is in play for sure. Vonleh is questionable, so if Vonleh's out, that's even more run for Portis. Don't love the price tag, but don't think he'll be popular. He's got upside. Cleveland has no big men. This is a game both teams are really lacking big men. Portis could be the biggest guy on the floor aside from LeBron, so I could see Portis doing work tonight. Paul Millsap's just not really showing upside since he's been back. The minutes are up a little bit, but I'm not interested in Paul Millsap until I see it. Rondé Hollis Jefferson, another piece of the Nets that I am all for. Wish he still had that small forward eligibility, but it doesn't really matter because we like Carroll there. Look at it. Just threw up 45 DK points last night. I like what the Nets are doing here. Carroll and RHJ are guys I think you can use and build around here. I prefer Carroll over them if I had to choose because of the price, but RHJ probably has a little higher upside. No, sorry, don't know why I clicked on him. Mirotić hasn't been playing that well recently, but I could see this being an upside spot for him at 5.4. I like that price a lot. He's taken a serious decrease. This guy could be a guy you look – if you think this game is close, New Orleans is going to need to make some threes. I could see Mirotić playing well here. It's only, 5 games ago, he threw up 40. So if he gives you that here, that's monster value at 5.4. I could definitely get on some Mirotic here for sure. Nope. Love Damari, as you guys know. Jarrell Martin at 5K in play. Seeing him projected really high. If he gives you that 30 ball, he's GPP upside. Guy I'm running to, no, but at 5K, you can do worse, that's for sure. Scal. Feels similar to him as I do Jarrell Martin, maybe a little bit higher on Scal. Played well last night, under 5K. Think he's a guy you can look at 100%. Keep seeing Kaminsky high, but I don't know why, and I won't use him there. No chance. At some point, you got to think Jordan Bell might take a step upward. Vonleh's now priced up, and he's questionable, so he's no longer a must play or even a guy I'm looking hard at all. I think you can play him, but we know who he is. I'd be shocked if he got you 30. You don't need that at 4K, but, where's the real upside here? Now that he's priced higher, don't love it. Moving on down. Nope. Alrighty. Depending on their big man situation, just can't do it there. They might be serious without some big men, so it's just something to look at. Collins is a guy I have my eye on for the future. I like how he's playing, but just not yet. Cantor's back. So, yeah, let's move on to center. That's really what we got for power forward. Again, a lot of the guys that we had already talked about at other positions. Barnes is for sure in play. Portis. A few of these guys are in really good spots, and I think you can kind of weave through that and, get yourself a nice power forward. Don't have like the real cheap value like we do at point guard, but you can't use cheap value everywhere, so that's fine. All right, looking at center, there's still Davis. I'm not using Towns in San Antonio. I think that no one's going to be on him, but why would you be on him here? If you really want to be ballsy in GPPs, it's Karl Anthony Towns, but this one is not for me at 9.5. Monster GPP upside in 2 games out of his last 4. Did not play that well at Memphis the last time they played. Again, I like him more than Towns, but I'm not going there. Dwight Howard coming off a monster game. Let's see if Tyler Zeller's out. If Zeller's out, Dwight's in play. Cody Zeller, excuse me. Get those guys confused. Not sure about him right now. Let me check something else. And it just says Ricky Rubio is playing for Utah, so that's something to keep in mind. Do not know about Cody Zeller yet, so keep an eye on that. If Cody Zeller's out, Dwight Howard can play because he plays a ton of minutes. So he's just playing really good ball right now. A lot of good spots, so definitely not a must. Draymond, we already went over, like him a lot. Gobert, big men against Sacramento. If you think this game can stay within 10 or close through 3 quarters, Gobert's in play. He's playing really well right now. Big men against Sacramento, that whole angle. So I don't think this game is close. I don't think they need Gobert's upside. But if you told me he gave 50-plus DK points here, I would not be shocked. This is a great matchup for him against a tired Kings team. Man, something about this is screaming upside for a Drummond. I'm not going to go there, but I couldn't yell at anyone who wanted to use Drummond because for some reason, I got a gut feeling that he could really ball tonight. Another guy that played really well his last game. Am I running to Gasol? No, but I do think that you could do worse at 7-8. Yet another guy that played really well in his last game. I could see Capella also playing well. So again, I like a lot of these guys, and I think a bunch of these guys are in play. Not Cantor, but Capella, Marc Gasol, Gobert, Dwight. I'm really stopping there. A lot of those guys are in play. I think you can use Draymond in center and call it a day. You got to spend up somewhere. So those guys are all in good spots for me. Nurk, nah. No Thank you. Nope. What happened to you, Cauley Stein? Again, I also think you can go RHJ here. I like him a lot tonight. Plenty of guys in good spots. Jared Allen, if you told me tonight was an upside spot, I wouldn't be shocked, but I'm not spending my money there. Zaza came back way down to earth. Kufis. Now that Scal is back, not really going there. Doesn't offer the upside we want. Still cheap, and you kind of know what you're going to get, so don't hate it. Nerlens, he's a risk, but he's in play. If you're telling me he's going to play 25 minutes-ish, he can board. He can score. He can do a lot of things. He can block shots. So, again, not a guy I'm running to, but Nerlens is in play. She screwed everyone over last game. So if you told me he'd throw up 20-plus here, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Would have to hear more about him to play him. But he's a guy that, is on everyone's last nerve in the DFS community. I did not use him, and even if I did, I don't care. Today's a new day. So if I think he's in a good spot, I'll play him. I don't think that, but if I did, I would play him. Alex Len, getting really high projected here. We know who Alex Len is. If he's going to be given the minutes, I think he's firmly in play. He's a guy that he could give you upside if he's 6K, but he give you downside if he's 3K. So we know who Len is. I think there's other value pieces on the board I like more, but it's a way to be different. Use him and then use expensive guards. So I get it. That is pretty much all we got, guys. So again, looking forward to watching some basketball today, NCAA tourney. Huge NBA slate with a bunch of good spots. I do think it's a stars and scrubs type night. Just a lot of the scrubs per se are in real good spots, and just because they're cheap, they're not scrubs. That's what we really mean by that. So I think you can get away with using a LeBron and another stud here, and then going with guys like Blakeney, Cook, etc. So a lot of ways to switch it up tonight. Again, if you want more content, more videos, go check out the website, thedfs5pack.com. Crushing out winners every day. As I mentioned earlier, baseball starting soon. That's my forte. So for anyone who knows me, know that's where I really do my work. Love me some baseball, DFS. So can't wait to crush it. Draft starting soon. If anyone wants to talk sports, baseball, message me. You know where I'm at, guys. Thank you.